Hello everybody, this is Josh X Play Plays, and today we continue our city of New Austin in this episode 4. And as you can see, as soon as I put it up, this town for this episode, we got to busy town and we have a whole lot more things to explore. Let's begin. And well, now with this busy town, we get a whole different sort of options. We get more roads, especially the one that I've been waiting for, which is the 2-lane road with bicycle lanes. And we get a little bit more things. We get new buildings, police headquarters, hospital, some more stuff to put in here. And I think that's one of the first things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a road here, and we can do the fishing pier is way too big. We can do the marina in here. I don't know if anybody would like to come to this marina, considering it's a lot of issues here, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We are doing well. Let me add a couple of parking lots here. But first, I'm gonna do what I've been wanting to do, which is to upgrade these roads to the ones with bicycle lanes. And as you can see, upgrading fixes the issue that we're having here. So it's double helpful. This we're gonna fix it in a little bit. Again, that's something that I don't like. But 1, 2, and 3. That way people that are displaced can find parking there. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the... Yeah, see, sometimes it does mess it up, the zoning. But otherwise, I think most of them should be fine, and everybody's mostly happy, so we should be fine. For this, we're gonna do the same, but it's gonna be with... Again, I don't know why it doesn't wanna upgrade it. It should be fine, but it doesn't. And now that I can do this, I do like to put a little one of the 1x1s parks that I put here, again to show like a little nice cul-de-sac. As you can see, it looks really nice. Things should start growing back again pretty soon. And again, people here are using these what I want to call back roads, and I think that's actually pretty cool. Everything is growing really nice. We have enough money, and I am gonna upgrade this road because I want to continue zoning for commercial. I mean for industrial, well, and commercial too. So let's first upgrade this. I'm also gonna extend these roads, one here and the one here. And I am gonna lay down some more roads and we'll be back. Okay, we are done with our building of more roads. Something that sometimes I don't like, well, again, it's the fact that things might not be completely even, especially when deciding where you're gonna put your roads, but that shouldn't matter. So I'm gonna start zoning here for commercial, and I'm gonna leave this open for when we're able to have the office zone, which should be in our next milestone. There you go, when we reach big town. So I'm gonna just lay down some more power lines in here to make sure that things are working. I'm gonna just put one little of this here, and let me plop down the commercial right now. And I am also gonna put some industrial on this side, and I think this should be, it's way too big, but maybe we can do yet another asset that I created, which is this 4x4 park, and we can put some parking right here. There you go. We can increase the parking here. Let's see how that's gonna go with the ones that I actually also created. Here, here. And what we're gonna do is plop a 3x3 park, put some of this here and this here, and that should be fine for right now. We're doing fine, we're doing enough money. As always, first things first, and which we missed a little bit, is to check on electricity. We're fine for now with electricity, and water we need to increase our budget, so we're gonna increase it to 80. Okay. And for electricity, since we have the money, but we have more options now, so the next option that I think we should do is to put an oil power plant. As opposed to the coal, this one has 3 times as much output, and it costs a little bit more, almost 4 times as much to upkeep, but less than 3 times to plop down. And again, all of these heavy polluting power plants that we're using at this moment, they're gonna disappear eventually once we redo our stuff here, depending again on what we want to do. And we are gonna lower the budget for electricity because it's way too high. It's giving us a lot of electricity. It's basically twice what we had, and I think 80%. Let's do 75. I think we should be fine with 75. There you go. In terms of water, I think we should plop down some more water towers, but I'm trying to figure out where to put them. I think we're gonna continue to place them here. Again, I'm sorry for the people that decided to live here, but again, they should be gone eventually. And let's plop some more. There you go. That should be fine for now. They shouldn't complain about noise. So this area is filling up really, really nice. I think we should be able to zone this area, and I'm just gonna do this to link these two, and to zone this. There you go. And we're gonna wait to zone the this side of the river. Again, I think we shouldn't because of the situation that we have with our pollution, especially because it affects this, and we don't want people to get sick. So that's it. Let's also take a look to see what type of these landmarks we can build, unique buildings. We can do treasure hunt. We can do these ones too. We don't have money, but we should be in just a bit. Let me increase the speed. We can also even think about having the stadium. We can do a festival area, but I think we should be able to find, yes, one of these nice buildings. This statue of industry, I think we can plop down here, and I think that's gonna be it for now. Once again, let's continue looking at our electricity. We're fine. We might want to increase this. We should be fine a bit. In terms of water, we do need to increase the sewage. So yes, unfortunately, we're gonna do a drain pipe. There is the option of the eco one, but I think right now we don't want to spend that much money doing that. And I think this area we might leave it open to for when we start building all of our these type of plants, the treatment plants. I think that should be fine. I am gonna zone a little bit more here for just regular this, and I think I'm gonna change this to be tourism, and hopefully we can start seeing a little more tourist into our little town, or as the game Birdie calls it, our big town, our busy town, not the big town. We still don't have access to buy another square, and I think I'm just gonna buy this square on the top so I can do this connection into the expressway. That way we have more access into our town. And as for right now, yeah, let's try to do this. I think the cheapest option, it's gonna be this, and I do like to put this because it's cheap and it's basically only doing one way or a two-way street. You know, even though it has 4 lanes, one of the lanes is strictly for buses, and I do like that. So that's something to think about. But we are gonna start linking this road here, this one here, and this one here. And I think maybe yeah, we can do this one here. Let me just upgrade these two. We should be fine, correct? And let's do this for now. And even though it's not linked, we're gonna do it here too, and we should be fine. Again, I do like to do roads in terms of pairs, and the reason why is that in the future you can upgrade it to be one-way streets, and you have the 2 ways. Basically, this is going this way, this is going the opposite way, one way and then the opposite way. Same thing with here, even though this one it's a little bit different, it doesn't really matter. But this one, it's 5 because this road would be kinda part of the expressway. So that's something that to consider whenever building your town. We're still far away from big town. It's almost 2,000 people that we need for to come in. So one of the things that I'm gonna do is making sure that I have enough electricity, which we might be struggling. I'm gonna put it to 80. Is to add some more industrial. Once the industrial gets built, and this one, I don't know why they're asking, I don't know, workers, there's enough workers, but we do need to increase more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna zone this with, let me pause it for a little bit, what we're doing, which is residential. Maybe this is a little bit more expensive to live in, might be a little bit, but again, this area is also looking pretty good. But yeah, another thing why also I would like to do roads in pairs is that it's easier to draw bus lines, and I think bus lines are one of the best ways to increase public transportation, or to deal with public transportation. It's cheap, it's easy, Thankfully, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging in City Skylines 2, and I welcome that very much. So we'll see how that works out for the future. But yeah, it's should be a little bit more challenging, which is something that SimCity 2013 used to have, which is have a limited number of buses per bus depot. You can, in 2013, you could increase the number by expanding or adding more buses, but you only had a limit, and that's something that, as I've been mentioning, SimCity 2 seems to be doing, which is expanding, plopping down to expand a building as opposed to building a new one, a new more. And this helps a little bit more when it comes to things such as schools and clinics and hospitals and all that. So instead of plopping down 2 or 3 different police stations, you're going to be able to just increase the number of patrol cars that these stations have. And so talking about stations, I think it's time to add the other firehouse, and I am going to put it here. And I'm going to do a little smaller plaza here. And I am also going to do the, let me pause it real quick, the police station. I want to make sure that we are connected, because if we don't have water, our city falls apart. So let's continue this and let's link them together. Sometimes it's just really fun for me trying to make things look a little bit nicer. Same thing here. We can put a little bit of I think I'm gonna put more parking lots here. It's gonna be 1 and 1 and 1, and let me pause it again. Let's just do it from here. And another parking lot and another walking path here. And I thought I had already taken down this, but apparently I forgot. Let's do this, and this one, and this one. There you go. As you can see, things are upgrading now. Houses are upgrading, which means that hopefully we can start seeing a growing a little bit more. I am gonna start zoning this out. That way we have more options for people to live in our little town, which I think it's doing really, really well. We might add a little bit more of, let me take this out, and let me do just a little block of, we're having issues with this. I honestly don't see why, but hopefully with people coming in, it should be fine. What we can do is maybe just lower the taxes a little bit, and that should entice people to move in again. Our revenue is gonna go down, not by much, but it's our biggest revenue maker. As you can see, 47% of our income comes from the residential zones, 20% from the commercial, 21% from the industrial, 12% from the industrial zones, and so on and so forth. So that's a really good indicator of how well or bad we are doing. And again, we can see things growing. Another thing that we can do, and I guess we can, we should be able to plop it down to increase our birth rate. It's gonna be to plop, let's do it here. Let's do another. And for this one, I think I'm gonna do something different, and I'm gonna put the parking, these parking spots right here, and maybe add just this here. There you go. It looks nice. Now that I'm seeing here, I think we can do a roadside diner, and I think this is the perfect place to put it. And maybe we can do this little hotel, but I think the hotel would be better suited here. Let me just take this out here. These two should be helpful with each other, and we can add some more commercial here and here, which is what these things were for originally. Let me add some little 3x2 parking, and let's add some more of these. I think that should be fine. I mean, we already have some tourism here, but I think that's gonna help us a little bit more. And now we have an extreme need for residential, but I think that instead of doing that, I think I'm gonna increase the taxes a little bit. That way this can be decreased, and it didn't, so it's going higher, and which means I will continue to zone this area, but just some of it. Let me do it, and we'll be right back. And the reason why I did not want to go this way is because I think we're gonna have our train station here. If not, we can do it on the other side, but for now I think that's gonna be the best option. And then we're gonna zone this again to just have regular zoning. As you can see, it's already breaking apart from the regular grid that we started here. It's already showing how things might not be as squarish as people might think they are. Let's put some parking there, and let's take a look at how this grows in our city. It's doing pretty well. The demand fell sharply, but we are growing our city. Now we are at 8,100, over 8,100. So we should be able to reach the next milestone very, very, very quick. We have about 350 more people for our city. And what I'm gonna do is, I didn't want to do it, but I think that if we put the train station on this side, it should be fine, and I think it's a better option. So what I'm gonna do is to continue the building of residential, the zoning on this side. I think it's gonna be better if we put it on the other side. At least that's how I think right now. But we'll see how it. Let's take a look at our information. Now we're having a little bit of issues here, but let's take a look at this first. Electricity, we need to increase the budget. We can do 90. You know what? Let's wait. And let's plop yet another plant. Another electricity plant. And there you go. We might reduce the budget just by a little bit. No, that's fine. And the water, we're doing fine. So we're fine with water. Same thing with garbage. We're ready to start needing to know what to do with the garbage. So I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna build, at the very least, just 2 of these recycling centers. There's 1 and there's 2. Well, let's take a little loan here. We're making more than enough money. That should alleviate, as you can see, the production of garbage is 176,000 units per week. The landfill is 16 million, but it's getting full. But the capacity for the recycling centers is 24. So per each, so it's 48 in total, which doesn't help that much because it's almost like a quarter. And I don't think it should be feasible at this moment to put another 2 of these. But what we're gonna do is put another landfill still. And as we keep making more money, same thing here, which I completely forgot to add the flour mill. Well, I think we can put it right now. There you go. As you can see, we're making that money. Once we start doing more flour and animal products, I think we're gonna be in a better situation. We're almost ready to get to our next milestone for Big Town. And so let's just wait a little bit. Let's put this here. We can do a small park here. Let's see if we can afford it. We can do this small park. Looks really nice. I think it works really well. I don't know why they're complaining about this, but let's see where else we can do some commercial, and I think we can do it here. Pause it really quick. I'm gonna place down 2 of this. That way we can make sure to have enough electricity. That way, I do like the way that these power lines look in the middle, so in any case, if you want to leave them whenever you build your city, I wouldn't be against it. Like, sometimes they look really cool. So I don't think it should matter. Let me zone this a little bit. Zone this. Yeah, it has water. And we finally got to Big Town in this episode 4. We get a new area, which we know what we're gonna buy. Campus area, more taxation policies, new services. Now we have the IT cluster, the office wall-to-wall, and a whole lot more policies, as well as the high density zones already. But those are gonna be left for our next episode. Episode 5, when we start doing more offices, a little bit more low residential, because I want to wait to have high density residential and commercial zones. I do want to thank you for watching this episode, for liking, subscribing, commenting. As always, until next episode. Thank you.